The livestock industry is a very flourishing industry. The last time the minister compared the livestock, we are like the second highest, close to the first highest being the sugarcane industry. We contribute tremendously to the Belizean economy.
Since 1977, the Belize Livestock Producers Association, BLPA, has led the development of the livestock industry, which has seen significant growth over the last several decades. In 2021 alone, the livestock industry contributed more than $180 million in output to Belize's economy, representing a 13% increase in economic value over 2020. Cattle exports, facilitated by the BLPA, and sheep and pig consumption contribute significantly to the industry's productivity.
What we have been doing for the past years, we saw the need that we need to export, and BLPA has been very much involved with the sweep, the national sweep that was done for cattle. BLPA is the association managing the Belize Livestock Registry. Without this registry, we wouldn't be able to export internationally. This year and year before we have been assisting farmers with formal exports to Mexico. From last year, we developed our strategic plan with our vision to be the leading advocate to transform the industry to a more greener industry.
To transition the livestock industry to greener practices, the BLPA signed an agreement with the Ministry of Sustainable Development, Climate Change, and Disaster Risk Management in July 2022 to build a model farm under the National Climate Change Offices, enabling gender-responsive disaster recovery, climate and environmental resilience in the Caribbean, EnGenDER project, to climate-proof the livestock industry and increase the sector's productivity.
Looking at their strategic objective that they are formulating, they plan to green the livestock industry, and we know that methane is a major contributor to the emissions. So taking that into consideration with the model farm and their drive to green their industry, we decided to select them to offer this assistance.
And the assistance has gone a long way to enable the BLPA to introduce climate-smart livestock technologies on the model farm.
At BLPA, we had a pasture here with just plain grass, and we realized that with the climate and how things is changing, we need to be more resilient, right? So we decided that we have to look at new ways for farmers in the country of Belize to do farming. So we decided that we need to improve our model farm and to convert it into a civil pastoral system. A civil pastoral system is where we have forage, that you could plant different types of grass and you could cut it and you could feed the animals in the dry weather. You could chop it up and make it into feed. We have legumes. Legumes are what provide the protein.
Over the last 50 years, the increase in population and human consumption of animal food sources in Latin America and the Caribbean has increased the demand for livestock production. But traditional cattle ranching places additional strain on already stressed forests, making it an unsuitable option to support increased animal production. Locally, the climate crisis has degraded pastures and impacted farmers' ability to produce feed grain, as well as reduced animal health, growth, and production. But funding from the EnGenDER project makes this a sustainable farming method that alleviates these pressures available to farmers.
The normal practice in Belize is that the farmer would go chop down the bush. Some of them don't even plant improved grass. They wait for the local grass to come up and grow. So what this model farm do is to show you that you could have forage, legumes, different types of improved pasture grass. And the beauty about this is that now, normally an acre, you could put an acre to one cow and one calf. But with this model farm and the civil pastoral system we are promoting, you could now have 3 cows to 1 acre. So now you could increase your herd and you don't necessarily have to chop down more natural bush to make more pasture.
The BLPA uses the model farm to help its members build their capacities and give other Belizean farmers the tools and resources they need to replicate it on their livestock ranches.
This model farm, I would say this is the first actual civil pastoral system in the country of Belize. Any farmer could stop by on a day-to-day basis to visit, to see what we are doing so that they could gain new experience to take back to their farm. We want to have all of these different varieties of grass and legumes and forage here so that the farmers in return in the future could get cuttings to take back and to put on their farm too. So we could increase the idea out to farmers to show them how it works. At BLPA here, we're going to provide seedlings for farmers. We also have a corral structure in place here where the farmers could come and weigh their animals. We are very thankful to the EnGenDER project for assisting us with some funds to start our model farm. But what we want to do is, since the EnGenDER project has also had some funds in there to do the farmer field school, BLPA will be working with the different farmers, is whereby we're going to be teaching them about the civil pastoral system and the different things that we have here on our model farm. So the farmer field school is a classroom in the fields where you get your hand dirty and you learn to know the basics, what needs to be done to improve your farm.
It's a grass, then a grass, right? So this has been a 30%?
The BLPA is testing the Farmer Field School with a small group of farmers from the Belize, Cayo, and Toledo districts. According to the beneficiaries, the newly adopted silvopastoral farming technique will aid in the transformation of their livestock business.
When we are rearing animal, we probably think that we know it all. We never know enough. And what I have captured here today is of great benefit, and it will definitely go a long way in determining the way I want to do my investment in the future.
We have our Crooked Tree Farmers Association, and there's several female on board, and for us it has been equal. We are very involved as the men. We might not physically, but we are very involved in everything when it comes to the farming. And I believe this will help us a lot to manage our farm, especially due to climate change, the dry season, and then we have flood and everything. So I believe this will help us tremendously to manage our cattle.
The BLPA currently has more than 400 female farmers as members. Although they make up a small portion of the livestock producers, women play essential roles in small-scale production. The BLPA says there is an uptick in women's interest in raising livestock.
We have a lot of females now who are into small stock, sheep, goats, backyard chicken, and even into raising cattle. The time has come now whereby women in Belize see farming as a means of true income that you could provide for your family.
But we do have female farmers now taking the role, good top roles in forming their own local associations. For the farmer field schools, it's the same. We have selected females as well to be involved and to make the change and be the ones to be able to teach others to be part of this transformational change in the livestock industry.